आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय।
जय।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय।
जय।
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय।
जय।
मथुरापुरी वृंदावन ब्रजभूमि धाम की जय।
जय।
गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय।
जय।
तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय।
जय।
श्याम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
गौर प्रेमानंद।
हरि हरि बोल।
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
हरि हरि बोल।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
So we are reading today Canto 3, Chapter 7, text number 30. Is 34, Prabhu, or 38?
Yes, 34.
34, okay. दानाश तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टा पूर्वयो फलम् प्रवासस्थस्य यो धर्मो यस्य पुंस उपा उतापदी दानस्य तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टा पूर्वपूर्तयो फलम् प्रवासस्थ अस्य यो धर्मो यस्य पुंस उतापदी दानस्य तपसो वापि यत् चेष्टा पूर्यतो फलम् प्रवासस्थस्य यो धर्मो यश्च पुंस उतापदी. Please recite.
दानस्य तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टापूर्तयो फलम् प्रवासस्तस्य यो धर्मो यश्च पुंसा उतापदी.
दानस्य तपसोऽपि यच्चेष्टा पूर्तायो फलम् प्रवासास्थस्य यो धर्मो यश्च पुंसा उतापदी.
दानस्य तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टा पूर्तयो फलम् प्रवासास्थस्य यो धर्मो यश्चापुंसा उतापति.
Anyone else would like to cite? All right, I'll recite. दानस्य तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टा पूर्तयो फलम् प्रवासस्थस्य यो धर्मो यश्चापुंसा उतापदी. Synonyms: Danasya of charity, Tapsaha of penance, Vapi lake, that which, Cha and Ishtaha endeavor, Purtayo of the reservoirs of water, Phalam fruitative result, Pravas Sthasya one who is away from home, Yaha that which, Dharma duty, Yaha Chaha and which, Pumsa of man, Uta described, Apadi in danger. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: Please also describe the fruitative results of charity and penance and of digging reservoirs of water. Please describe the situation of persons who are away from home and also the duty of a man in an awkward position. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Shri. The digging of reservoir of water for public use is a great work of charity, and retiring from family life after 50 years of age is a great act of penance performed by the sober human being. So we'll do two more verses like 35 and 36. I'll recite and then we'll discuss. येना भगवान तुष्ये धर्मयोनिर्जनार्दना संप्रसीदेति वा येषाम् एतत् आख्याहि मे नघा. Synonyms: Yena, by which, Va, either, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Tushet, is satisfied, Dharma Yoni, the father of all religion, Janardana, the controller of all living being, Suprasidati, completely satisfied, Va, either or, Yesham, of those, Etat, all these, Akhyahi, kindly describe me unto me, Anaga, O sinless one. Translation purport by Srila Jai Srila. O sinless one, because the personality of God and the controller of all living entities, the father of all religion, and all those who are candidates for religious activities, kindly describe how he can be completely satisfied. Purport by Srila. All religious activities are meant ultimately to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord is the father of all religious principles. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.16, four kinds of pious men: the needy, the distressed, the enlightened, and the inquisitive, approach the Lord in devotional service, and their devotion is mixed with material affection. But above them are the pure devotees, whose devotion is not tainted by any material tinge of fruitive work or speculative knowledge. Those who are only miscreants throughout their lives are compared to demons. Bhagavad Gita 7.15. They are bereft of all knowledge. In spite of any academic educational career they may pursue, such miscreants are never candidates for satisfying the Lord. The next verse, 36. Anuvratanam shishyanam putranam cha dijottama anaprashtham api bruyur guruvo dina vassala. Synonyms: Anuvratanam, the followers; Shishyanam, of the disciples; Putranam, of the sons; Cha, also; Dujuttamha, O best amongst the Brahmanas; Anaprashtham, that which is not asked for; Api, in spite of; Bruya, please describe; Guruvaha, the spiritual masters; Dina Vassala, who are kind to the needy. Translation purport by Shilpa, Jai Shilpa. O best among Brahmanas, those who are spiritual masters are very kind to the needy. They are always kind to their followers, disciples, and sons. And without being asked by them, the spiritual master describes all that is knowledge. Purport by Shilpa. There are many subjects to be known from bona fide spiritual master. The followers, disciples, and sons are all on one level for the bona fide spiritual master, and he is always kind to them and always speak to them on the transcendental subjects, even though he is not asked by them. That is the nature of bona fide spiritual master. Vidura approached to Maitreya Muni to speak on subject about which he might not have asked. Om Ajnana Timiradasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurubhe Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahegana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajim Shraddvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahegana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sacha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatane. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Guratta Shanama पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तवतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। शृण्वतां सकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदयन्तैस्तु भद्राणि विद्नोति स्वसं नष्टप्रायश बद्धेषु नित्यं भागवत भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवती नष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So here we are almost at the end of this chapter. So in this chapter, Vidura like asking various questions to his spiritual master, Maitreya Muni. So we see here like various questions being asked by the spiritual master, also by the Vidura to his spiritual master, Maitreya Muni. So this is like almost the end of the questions. So here in this particular first verse, he's asking the value of or the importance of few things, like for example danasya. He's saying what is the importance of danasya means the charity, and then tapaha, austerity. So here we say Prabhupada say that he also described the fruitative result of charity, austerity, and digging reservoir of water. Hmm. Please describe the situation of persons who are away from home and also a duty of a person in awkward position. So he want to Vidura want to know the position or the effect of or the result of giving charity. Like what is the result of the giving charity? And what is the result of and what is the result of penance means austerity, and what is the result of digging the reservoir of water. So charity, like we know in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna described there are three types of charity: the charity in the mode of goodness, charity in the mode of passion, and charity in the mode of ignorance. Sattva, Raja, Tama. So that is being described in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we can go and read there. And the what is the result of charity means when you perform charity, the result will come according to in which mode you are performing charity. So the result of charity which is being made in the Sattva Guna will be basically the result comes out of mode of goodness, and the Tamoguna and Rajoguna they will accordingly the result will come. But above that is the transcendental charity. Srila Prabhupada always says that when we give charity for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that charity is transcendental, and that has effect, permanent effect on our consciousness, which is being we become eligible to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also he's asking the result of penance, which is called also tapasya. Generally, penance is basically performed at the age of or in the ashram, which is called a vanaprastha ashram. When a householder finishes duties and when he entered into the vanaprastha ashram, so at that time he actually performed various penances, various austerities for achieving the love of Godhead. So he want to know because Vidura is already out of the house. He's traveling to the different holy places, and now he came to this place Haridwar, and here he's actually asking this question to his spiritual master. And he's also asking like what is the value of digging reservoir water means in olden days, like in the like nowadays, I'm not sure like because water is being sold, like people are selling the water, but in the olden days, in the villages and in outside the towns, they used to dig wells where people the sweet waters like the from the ground, they used to dig the well, or they used to make small pond or a small lake where people, the travelers who go travel from one place to another place, they can actually drink that water. Nowadays, that because people are traveling by different various means, like by plane or by train or by car, whatever, we have water bottles you can buy, and then you can go take with that, and wherever you stop you need to actually buy the water. But in olden days, like it was not in the Vedic system, it was not like that. The water is free, where the travelers who go from one place to another place, they used to go there, and in a village or outside the village, they used to have this well where they can stay for some time, and then they can drink the fresh water. And even in the village people, they used to bring the food for them, and it was free. It's not like being charged. But because it's in the age of Kali Yuga, no, people, the water is becoming like, people are charging for the water. But in the olden days, they used to dig the well for the welfare of the people. So he want to know what is the value, what is the result of those. And also, like the people who are away from the house, people who are traveling from various places, what is their duty, what is their situation. And also the duty of people in awkward situation, means if they're in danger, what should they do? Apadi, this word apadi is actually when they are in danger, what activity they should perform. So here Prabhupada mentioned that the digging of reservoir of water for public use is a great work of charity, and retiring from family life after 50 years of age is a great act of penance performed by the sober human beings. So this is the Vedic life. So now let's move to the next verse here. This is an important verse. This is a very important verse here, is because now Vidura is asking that how we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here he's saying that because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of all living entities, the father of all religion, Dharma to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. Srimad Bhagavatam mentions that the Shri Yamraj in the sixth canto, chapter number 3, he explains Dharma to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. The father of religion is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The real religion, which is the Bhagavad Dharma, our duties towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is being established and propagated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All the religions, all the dharma originate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But here we have like various other religions which pop up in the age of Kali Yuga. They are not being actually coming directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Some of them are basically established by the human beings, the human beings which have defects. But the real religious principle, or the Bhagavad Dharma, is established by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Vidura is saying that he is the father of all religion, and all those who are candidate for religious activities. So people who are basically performing the religious activities, they are candidate. He is the controller of all those living entities. So he is saying that how we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's indirectly asking that the devotional service bhakti. Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti adokshade ahetu ki aprita atma suprasaditi. So indirectly, Vidura is asking like, uh, what is bhakti? That how we can perform bhakti and how we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because here the question he's asking is how we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And only way we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by performing our eternal duty, what is called bhakti. Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti dadokshe. And or in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. He asks that, he says that please, man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji, or he says sarv dharman pratajya mam ekam shanam vraja. Aham tvam sarpapebhyam moksheshayam. So Krishna is saying that please surrender to me and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. So here this question is being asked like how we can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Also that is the main dharma, but people who are following Varnashram Dharma. Even Varnashram Dharma, if you perform sincerely, like Srimad Bhagavatam explains that, Atha Pumbi Duya Seshta Varnashram Bhagsha. So this Varnashram system is established by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaturvanya Maya system Guna Karma Bhagsha. Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that I established this Varnashram system. And the purpose of Varnashram system is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When somebody perform their duty according to their Varnashram system, whether they're a brahmachari, Grasta, Vanpa, Sannyas, or Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all of them, when they are performing their duty, if they perform their duty sincerely, that actually pleases the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And especially if we perform the duties with Krishna being in the center of all our activities, that's become the complete perfect devotional service. Yeah. So in the purport Srila mentioned here, this all religious activities are meant to ultimately satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever we perform, the religious activity, whether it's a charity, penance, austerity, or traveling to various holy places, or performing like devotional service, all this should be performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord is the father of all religious principle. So ultimately, the purpose of religion, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, the purpose of religion is to know God and love God. The ultimate, the real religious principle means to know law, to know God and to love God. Any religion which gives you information about the Lord, Supreme Person of Godhead, and also teach how to love God is the real religious principle. And that the target of all religion is to love God and to serve God. So here that's why I say the Lord is the father of all religious principle. And Prabhupada actually mentioned here, in Bhagavad Gita 7:16, there are four type of people who approves the Lord. Chatur vidha bhajante mam jana sukhitu arjuna artu jigyasu arthati jnanicha bhartarshama. These four kind of pious men. The first one is the needy. People who want money or who want some kind of benefits, like in the form of money, in the form of family, in the form of job or whatever. There are many people who are looking for things. So sometimes they come to temples, they approach the Lord and they want something in return. Like maybe they want money, they want to get married, they want like house, or they want a visa. Nowadays, people are they want to stay in the country, so they want green card or visa or citizenship, whatever. So the different type of people come to the Lord with different requirement. So one of the requirement is they want money or something in exchange. So the needy, they come to the Lord and approach the Lord and they perform devotional service for some benefits. Or the other type of person that approach the Lord is the distressed. The distressed is the devotee or the people who are in danger. If they are either they are basically suffering with poverty, or they are suffering with some disease or some calamities, some in a hurricane or any kind of problem that they are going through. They actually want to get relief from that problem. For that, they approach the Lord. They approach the Lord. And then the third type of people who approach the Lord is like the enlightened, the jnanis. Jnanis who are knowledgeable, who know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then that's why they want to come to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the inquisitive or the jigyasu, the people who want to know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or who is Krishna, who is Lord Ram, who is Lord Chaitanya, and they want to know, and because they are not knowledgeable, so they want to know. That's why they approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead and perform devotional service. So they are here. Prabhupada mentioned they approach the Lord in devotional service. They perform devotional service by doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran, Pada Sevanam, Achanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. They come and they perform some of the devotional service, but the point is that because they are coming with some purpose, that's why their devotion is mixed with material affection. They are performing devotional service, but in return, they want some material results. So that's why their bhakti is not pure. Their bhakti is mixed bhakti. They are not pure devotees. The pure devotees here Prabhupada mentioned is the next line. He says that, but above them, above these four, there are pure devotees whose devotion is not tainted by material tinge of fruitive work or speculative knowledge. Here, Prabhupada actually quoting the verse by the Srila Rupa Goswami, Anya Bilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmadi Anavratam Anukullena Krishnanu Bhakti Uttama. Srila Rupa Goswami defines the pure devotional service as Anukullena Krishnanu Bhakti Uttama. When we perform activities by our senses, they like we have eyes, we have hands, we have ears, our tongue. When we perform activity from our senses for pleasing the Krishna, Anukulena Krishnanu. So when we perform activities to please Krishna, that is called bhakti, when we perform activity to please Krishna. But how that bhakti should be? That bhakti should be anya bilashita shunyam. Means we should not be desiring anything in return from the from after performing after performing this activity for the Supreme Personality of God. If we are expecting some result out of our service to Supreme Personality of God, that is not pure bhakti. That is what the mixed bhakti at Prabhupada mentioned in 7.16. But when we perform devotion, when we perform activities to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead only, and we don't want anything in return, anya bilashita shunyam, then that comes in the category of pure devotional service. And also one more condition that Rupa Goswami says, it should not be covered by jnana and karma. So anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavratam. Anavratam means if somebody is performing the activities for gyan, for knowledge, or they are performing activities, some karma activity, but those should not supersede the bhakti. The bhakti should be at the primary goal of our all activities, and then jnana karma should support the main bhakti, which is the pure devotional service. So this anya bilashanam jnana karma dhyanam anukulyena krishnanu bhakti uttama, that is called the pure devotional service. So here Prabhupada says that the pure devotion is which is free from any tint of material the fruitive work or the speculative knowledge. But again, in the previous verse in Bhagavad Gita 7.15, Krishna explained there are four kinds of miscreants who never surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who are only miscreant through their lives are compared to the demons. So the people who are not surrendering to Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are not devotees, but they are demons. Here Prabhupada, they are demons. And they are all bereft. They are bereft of all knowledge. They are bereft of all knowledge means what is the real knowledge? The real knowledge, the real jnana is the Krishna Supreme Person of Godhead. So, but these demons, they will not be able to understand this point. In spite of their academic, educational career, they may pursue. And these demons, what Prabhupada is saying, that sometimes demons are not, generally we think that demon means having some kind of very, very scary figure, or some horns, or some like two, three mouth and hands are like that, something like that. But demons are not in that form. Demons are basically in the form of like a great scholar, or maybe great scientists, doctors, or maybe some great politicians, say great businessmen, whatever. They might be very highly educated, they might be very scholarly person, but their activity is demon because they do not accept Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, they try to declare themselves as the God. So these people will never satisfy, they are not the candidate of the satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are these people, these demons, they will never be able to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only devotees, by performing devotional service, can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then the last verse of today is Anuvratanam Shishyanam Putranam cha Dujottama Anaprashtam api buryor Guruvo Dina Vassala. Here, very important point here, which actually very much fit to Srila Prabhupada actually. This verse, I like it because here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, like here this Vidura is actually requesting his Guru Maharaj this Maitreya Muni, that those who are spiritual master are very kind to the needies, very, very merciful. Guru means mercy. Like Guru is actually, when we say Srila Prabhupada, we say his divine grace. This title when we give Srila Prabhupada have this title, His Divine Grace, means Guru is the incarnation of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Krishna Kripa Murti. In Sanskrit, we call Krishna Kripa Murti. His divine grace, means Krishna Guru is the manifestation of Krishna's causeless mercy on all the living entity. In the Guruvastakam, we say, like in the very first prayer, Samsara Dava Nalali Dhaloka Pranaya Karunya Ghanana Ghanatvam. So in that prayer, we are actually we are glorifying our Guru by saying that Guru is like who is collecting the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like a cloud collecting the water from the ocean and then come on the land where the people are suffering without water, and then shower the water, the mercy of the Supreme Personality of God in the form of rain. So, and without being like asking qualifications, or checking their background and all, like Guru Maharaj actually give the mercy to all the needy people. So these are the spiritual masters. Spiritual master means who actually shower the mercy on the all the disciples, sons, and all the followers. So here, like Vidura is glorifying spiritual master. He's saying that you are very kind. You are very kind. Guru means heavy, but Guru means very kind also on the followers, disciples, and sons. And why he's glorifying Guru here? Because he's saying that sometime disciples are not very intelligent. We are all born in the ignorance. Like the first prayer that we offer in Mangalacharan, Om Ajnana Timiradasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. We are all born in the ignorance. Our Guru Maharaj brings the torchlight of knowledge through which he opened our eyes so that we can see, or we can serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in reality, we are all in ignorance. But by the mercy of our spiritual master, we are able to know Krishna, or we are able to serve Krishna, or we can, or we are trying to know Krishna by the mercy of the spiritual master. So here, Vidura knows that spiritual master is very merciful. They are very merciful, and he is invoking the mercy of the Guru by saying that, Guru Maharaj, I have asked many questions to you, but there are certain subject matters which I have not asked you. There are many subject matter, because we are fallen conditioned soul. Like he is taking the position of a fallen conditioned soul, and he's saying that I might not have asked you all the subject matters, right? But you please take me as a fallen conditioned soul, as a surrender soul to you, and also describe me the topics which I have not asked you. The topic which I have not asked you, because certain topics that we don't ask, and then spiritual master, when he's very merciful, he actually showered this mercy or not. So I remember, like when Srila Prabhupada came here, like in 1965, in this country. So people don't know what to ask. They don't even know. They have no knowledge. Prabhupada says that this, when he entered there in the country, he said this place is all of mode of passion and ignorance. How they can understand the message of Vasudev, which is basically the pure goodness? How they can understand? Like, if you are in mode of goodness, we can ask proper questions. But if we are all fallen conditioned soul, we are in the mode of passion and ignorance, we don't know what to ask. But Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that he brought the message of Vasudev, which is a pure goodness, the pure bhakti. He brought it to the Western world, and it distributed undiscriminately, without any discrimination. He's giving mercy to all the people, following the path of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who actually giving this mercy to all the fallen conditioned soul without being asked. So here, that's why here, Vidura is saying that you, you are our spiritual master. So please shower your mercy and give us the understanding, or give us our knowledge, which we have not asked, which we have not asked. So that's why Prabhupada say in the purport here, there are many subjects to be known from the bona fide spiritual master, because spiritual spectrum is so wide. It's said is that, like, we cannot we cannot request, or we cannot we don't know each and every aspect of the Vedic knowledge. So some of the knowledge, some of the questions we can ask, some of the questions we might not ask, and we request, and we should take shelter of our Guru Maharaj, like as in say in Bhagavad Gita, tad vidhi panipatena pri prashnena sevya upadeshati te jnanam jnanastatu darshina. Because Guru Maharaj or the spiritual master is Tattva Darshina. He know Tattva. He know the Krishna. He know the real knowledge. He know the bhakti. So he can actually impart that knowledge to us. But what is the condition? Tad vidhi pranipatena. We should take shelter of the spiritual master, and we serve spiritual master, and we inquire. Right? So inquiry, we can do it, but we don't know all the subject matter. But by serving the spiritual master, and by taking shelter of the spiritual master, he imparts a knowledge which we don't even know. We don't even know about that knowledge. So that's why here Prabhupada says there are many subjects to be known from bona fide spiritual master. The followers and the disciples and the sons are all on one level for the bona fide spiritual master, and is always kind to them and always speak on the transcendental subject, even though he is not asked by them. Like Sukadev Goswami. So when in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Parishit Maharaj asked the question to Sukadev Goswami, what is the duty of a person who is about to die? What is the duty of a person in all circumstances? And then he asked, like, what to hear, what to chant, what to worship, and what to remember, and what not to hear, what not to worship, what not to remember, and what not to chant. He asked those questions, and then in that response, Srila Sukhdev Goswami says that your question is very wonderful. You ask very wonderful question, and then he says that in that response, I'm going to recite you Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So Srimad Bhagavatam not even answer this question, but Srimad Bhagavatam actually explain more detailed knowledge about so many other things also. So because Sukhdev Goswami was very pleased by the questions requested by the Parishit Maharaj. So he, in response, he actually gave the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, who is none other than Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is the literally incarnation of Krishna. Oh, that is the mercy of the spiritual master, that he gives the secrets of devotional service, even though devotee or the disciple might not be asking. And that's what Prabhupada said, that is the nature of bona fide spiritual master. And actually Srila Prabhupada actually perfectly fit in that scenario. He actually gave us this pure bhakti, pure love of God at Golokir Premadan Harinam Sankirtan, which we were not actually qualified, and we were not even asking that. But he came and indiscriminately distributed this mercy to all of us. So these are the few points that I would mention in these verses. There are more points we can discuss, but let me stop here and see if anyone have any questions or comments, whatever we have discussed till now. So is there any comments, or maybe somebody might want to share any reflections?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Just an appreciation of what you have mentioned. Again, the importance that charity given to propagate Krishna consciousness is of the highest.
Yes.
I mean, and that is something I have learned only after coming to ISKCON. Until then, it was always, thinking, helping people in their distress is the highest. And this is a very important point for us to understand. And I'm very grateful that I've come here and I've been able to understand that.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, it's very important. But I remember, I remember one devotee, he actually he was thinking that charity means like helping the needy person, and it does not matter like what his needs are.
Mm.
He might be if he's a poor fellow, if he need to drink liquor also, like if you are giving him, that's a help. So people, and especially I'm saying in this country, many people who have worked whole life,
Mm.
and at the advanced ages, when they have their their savings,
Mm.
and they don't know how to spend that savings.
Mm.
Some people are poor, I know, but many people who have good 401k plans and good pension and social security and all, so they have like good handsome money like in
Mm.
the advanced age,
Mm.
but they don't know what to do with that money, and then and they really like they don't even know that, because whole life they work so hard to earn
Mm.
that money, and
Mm.
for that they perform so many sinful activities,
Mm.
and the result of those sinful activities is deposit in their accounts.
Mm.
And if they will not basically get free from their sinful reaction, as Srila Sukdev Goswami says in 6th canto, that if you whatever we perform sinful activity in our life, if we do not get rid of those sinful activity by the end of our this life, before the death, those sinful reaction will going to come in a great impact in our next lives.
Mm.
So whatever we are working whole life, we are that our work is, every work have some sinful reactions. So all those results are stored in our money, and if we are not going to use that money in charity, and eventually those results will be carried on us, and the money will stay here.
Mm.
So they don't know like what to do with that money, and I think the charity is very very important thing, that they should understand where to give the charity. Nowadays charity are in a different form, the people give political donations, people give this work, that work, this help, but in reality those charities are not really going to help to them, because ultimately those charity will be either in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. So depend upon which mode they are doing, ultimately it's going to create more result for them, and they have to go come either enjoy or suffer. But if we do transcendental charity, that not even clear our karmas, present karma and the previous karmas, and the best part is that it's going to give us bhakti. It's going to actually take to the near to the supreme person of Godhead, which is ultimately will going to go to the Golok Vrindavan. We'll be going to move to the spiritual world. Otherwise, charity is going to bind us. This is very very important. That's we need to understand that our charity should be always for the satisfaction of supreme person of Godhead. The next verse, what he's asking is that how we can please supreme person of Godhead just by performing devotional service.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much. I think understanding that point, nobody says charity is bad. Charity is always good.
Yes.
But to even qualify that charity and to have that understanding,
Right.
and for that, every day we listen to these shlokas, read these purports, that gratitude for Prabhupada just increases, because only here it has been, until then it has been, we've been taught you should give in charity, you should give in charity. But the fact that that will only take us to heaven and then bring us back down,
Right.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Madi. Thank you for sharing your reflections. Anyone else having another comment or question? All right, if there's no more questions, so thank you all for joining. So today morning, so we can end our call. Hare Krishna, everyone. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः.
वेभ्यो नमो नमः
अनंत कोटि
कोटि
वैष्णव
वैष्णव वृंद की जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय
भागवत महापुराण की जय। गौर
जय।
हरि हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.